Today we're doing a pot roast to end all pot roasts.
Mouth-watering slices piled on a bed of mashed potatoes.
And then topped with an epic Italian sauce.
This is comfort food at its best. Oh,
You ain't kidding.
oh, those mashed potatoes. Oh, that gravy. Oh,
It's comfort food.
I love it.
So I'm Chris.
And I'm Wesley.
My comforting Loon.
I am all the time.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. But you guys, we're doing pot roast and we're doing it Italian style.
Yes.
Does it get any better than that? I don't
Beef,
think
beef, 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 beef.
Okay, so let's talk meat.
Yes.
Let's go ahead. This is I'm going to go ahead and start salting.
I
this.
got my surgical gloves on.
You do. So we're going to salt and pepper. This is a rump roast. It's from kind of like the high activity part of the cow, which means it can be a little tough if you don't cook it properly. But we're going to braise it in that amazing Italian liquid sauce, red wine, and it's going to soften it up, and it's just going to be incredible.
I love it.
This is 4 pounds. You could also do rib of round, eye of round. They're basically from the same cut of the beef.
Wonderful.
They're really great. Sometimes often chuck roast is also all fucking good, but these are affordable. They're good and they're delicious. 4 pounds, 3 pounds.
Yeah, and when they're, they cook for a while, so they just get juice and all that. Oh,
But what I like,
can't even talk.
the way we're doing, I know, the way this is they cook, but they don't, it's not the type that it gets so tender that it completely falls apart. We're going to do it in the oven. If you want it where it just like is just shreddable, you can do it in your slow cooker, and that's amazing.
For like 10 hours.
Yeah, or 12. Okay, so now I've got a nice big old skillet here that go ahead and if you want to start to dredge that in some flour.
I got my flour right here, y'all.
Do this in some flour. That's like a cup and a half of just all-purpose flour. We're going to dredge it in that, which is going to, and then we're going to sear it, and it's going to just give it that nice little crust that we love so much. That locks in that flavor and gives it so much. I know.
I get very flour.
Just get ready when you do this.
I'm so floury.
You really do. You flower. You blossom, let's say. So I've got over here 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, or you could use olive oil, and then to that I added 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter over medium high heat, and we're just going to sear this baby off.
All right.
Okay, now
I think excuse me. We're just getting over cold, so I still have a little rattle. I sound like a tin can.
That's putting it mildly.
All
okay.
right.
Now,
Ready?
so there's a little layer of fat on one side. That's okay. We're going to do this. Let's put the fat side on top.
All right. Here I come. I'm going to get off my excess.
Okay.
Okay.
There
we go.
I'm glad you're using your fancy gloves.
I know.
It's like you know
it's very sterile.
I know. Well, we like to keep it that way. Okay, so now we're just going to cook this, and we're not going to fully cook it through all the way, obviously. We're just going to get it browned on all over, and then we're going to build the sauce. Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Already smells great. So, all I did, this took about, maybe 5 minutes. Depends on the size of your roast. But, you just carefully, if it's a 4-pounder, it's heavy. So just be careful when you're doing it. And flip it over in the, and we're going to go ahead and, it makes Wesley very nervous. But do be careful because.
I would hate for that roast to be a dog treat.
I know. I mean, it's happened before. Like, what? Okay, well, it's on the floor.
Eb, come on over.
Okay, so we went ahead. We are going to cook this baby in our big old Dutch oven.
Yes, this thing is.
It's great.
Been through the ringer.
You can. It's made a lot of good food. You can also do it in a roasting pan, whatever. You just need a vessel that's oven safe. Okay. So now we are going to start building that flavorful sauce, this Italian sauce. So I'm going to start with one of my favorite things in the world, which is cubed pancetta.
Ooh, love it.
Basically, Italian-style bacon.
It's get all those bits up there.
I'm going to. We will. We'll deglaze in just a moment. We'll get those bits. But anyway, this is cubed, and this is 4 ounces, and we're going to cook this until it's just starts to get nice and crisp and
love it. Wait,
super
can
delicious.
I really quickly talk about the first time I had dinner over at Chris's mom and dad's?
Yes.
We'd gone to church, and Maudel had put on a roast before church, and then
we did that every Sunday. We had a roast.
So
she put in the like the roasting bag.
Yes, and it was delicious. I just remember sitting at that little table. It was in your house that you grew up in, and the little table, the 4 of us, and that big old delicious pot roast.
And we were young. And
very young.
Mom still wasn't real sure about the loon. She was like, I don't know.
I was keeping it tame.
Yep. If you can imagine that.
Don't even.
Let me tell you though, right now, my mom, sometimes I'm like, Mom, do you love Wesley more than you love me?
Oh.
Anyway, we're
Yes,
gonna cook
she
these
does.
until it gets nice and crisp. Oh, is there anything better than the smell of like cooked bacon
No.
or pancetta?
No.
It's just amazing. Okay, you can see
got
this
it.
is just starting to get crisped up, and you see, like Wesley said, all those yummy
bits
stuck to the bottom of the pan. That's okay. We're going to really get them up in just a little bit when we add some more of the liquids. So
good.
I'm removing this for now. We're going to add it back in just a moment. If you don't get every little piece, that's quite okay. Now we've got I would say about 2 tablespoons of the grease that came from the pancetta and from the oil from before. That's okay. You don't want, if you have a extra amount of grease, feel free to spoon that off. You don't want it overly greasy. Anyway, this is a cup of onion. And then we've got, that's from like a medium onion.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of carrots that we chopped up.
We got the Holy Trinity,
We
y'all.
got the Holy Trinity. It's our mirepoix. And then we've got our celery here. And we're going to cook this until it gets nice and soft. So these are nice and soft. That was 3 cloves of garlic that we just put in there.
When are we going to deglaze?
We're going to do that very, very soon. I'm going to let this go for just about another minute, and then we're going to start building even more flavor. Okay, now we've got 8 ounces of just good old white button mushrooms. You can use whatever kind of mushrooms you love, and put those into the party, and we're going to let these go for about 8 minutes until they get softened and start to release their liquids.
Yum.
Okay.
Those are great.
Oh, doesn't the smell just okay?
The mushrooms are so delicious.
I know, I love it. Now we are going. Now this is what to me, this is what just gives it that Italian flavor profile that's so good. It's 2 cups of good quality red wine. Get a good quality Italian wine if you can find it. Don't use cooking wine, please. But anyway, this is 2 cups, and this is really going to.
So good.
I know there's something about like red wine in cooking. It's just it's so delicious. White wine the same way. Now we're gonna remember we talked about how we're gonna deglazing is just when you use that liquid to help get those little things stuck to the bottom are loaded with flavor. Okay, so now I'm going to crank up the heat. I want to bring this to a boil with some other ingredients that we're going to add. Okay, I've done that. Now I'm going to add a cup of good old quality beef stock. I've got a 28-ounce can of San Marzano tomatoes, if you can find them.
Another Italian necessity.
It is. If you can't get your hands on San Marzano, it's okay. Just use some whole peeled Italian-style tomatoes, and you'll be good. And then we are going to add, I've got 2 tablespoons.
And those will break down a little further.
They will. They will. And you can help them along with your spatula.
What was that?
That was 2 tablespoons of freshly chopped basil, and then I've got a tablespoon of freshly chopped rosemary. I mean, you guys, this is like, I told you, this was the pot roast to end all pot roasts. It's just so flavorful.
When do these guys go back in?
I'm going to bring them in just right at the end. So we're going to bring this to a boil. We want to cook that alcohol out of the wine, and we're going to bring this to a boil and let it boil for 3 minutes. Add that.
Boil.
I'm going to boil it up. Oh my goodness! Look at that! Isn't that?
Look at how rich that looks.
I feel like this, should be in an Italian museum or something. So it's so beautiful, and the smell is indescribable. Okay, so I'm taking it off the heat now. Now I'm going to just stir in this cooked pancetta, and I'm going to. This sauce can handle a decent amount of salt, so I like to go with teaspoon and maybe about another half a quarter, and then we'll do a nice
healthy pinch.
Yeah, I'll do a healthy pinch of pepper. Half a teaspoon is lovely. Okay, so now it's time to bring the meat.
Bring it over.
Bring the meat and the sauce together. Now this, you got to be careful because this is hot. It's been boiling.
All right, I'm gonna do this.
We're just gonna pour this right over the meat.
Yum! Y'all, look at that.
I mean,
that's gorgeous.
That's a money shot right there.
That is.
I mean, it's
Here, you got it?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. So now,
wow!
Ooh, baby.
Okay.
So I've got our oven preheated to 325 degrees. Now, you don't want to overcook these.
Just one last look. Okay.
Yeah. We'll see you again. You're not leaving us. And so really anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes per pound. It could be ready as soon as after an hour. I find usually about an hour 15, hour 20. Use a meat thermometer if you have one, because that you're going to get the best temperature of around 145 degrees. And then we're so close to ready to eat it. Let's get it in the oven. Oh, it smells crazy.
I love it so much.
Okay. Now we let this go for, it took a little longer this time. Sometimes it's funny how roasts are. This one took like 1 hour and a half, 1:30. 1 hour and 30 minutes. I know, I can't speak. You ready for the big reveal? Look at that.
Oh
my goodness.
Okay. All right.
That is beautiful. Oh my gosh. The smell is just indescribable. All right. Wesley's insisting that I use these to transfer.
Yeah,
so
just stab it.
What we're going to do is we want to let this rest for just a little bit. About 10 minutes.
There you go.
Let me get that out. Be careful when you do this, because especially if on that fat side, the bottom side's a little slippery. Again, you don't want to.
Ooh, that's hot.
It's hot. You don't want to lose that roast, even though.
Look at how delicious.
Flo would love it if we lost it. Okay, now you see this beautiful sauce in here? It's cooked down. I like it to get even a little more reduced. So what I'm going to do while that's resting, I'm going to bring it up back here to the oven back here. Just let it simmer kind of on high for about 5 minutes. It'll reduce down a little bit. Then we're going to slice that up, put it on mashed potatoes.
But wait a minute. But you can just keep it the way it is, right?
You could.
You don't want that.
But wait a minute.
We like it. But wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Yeah. I mean, you could serve it right now. It'd be great.
Right. We just like it a little thicker.
I like it a little thick. It's kind of like a gravy.
Yeah.
All right. Then I'm going to do it.
All right.
Isn't that a thing of beauty?
That's like Sunday dinner right there.
Well, it absolutely is. So like we said, we just wanted to thicken that sauce just a little bit, concentrate it a little bit. So I just brought it over to the stove, and let it simmer, kind of come to almost a boil for about 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. Stir it every now and then. Perfect. Put it in these little gravy boats, and then we got our platter here. And before we put our roast on there, we just added a little bit of that sauce on the bottom, because the roast is spectacular. The sauce is what puts it over the top.
It does. Do you want to throw a little more on?
Yes,
there?
let's do that. Let's
get that
saucy.
wet.
Isn't that just?
Oh, wow. Okay, I'll take it all.
Yeah, that's a thing of beauty.
Wow.
I know. Now we're gonna garnish it with a little parsley, because that makes everything look pretty. Okay.
Bravo.
Now, Wesley, I think is the official meat carver of the house.
Yeah.
Because my arms are weird. But anyway, I'm going to do this. I've got my electric knife here and carver. I'm going to use this to help me.
Just stab it.
Steady it. Stab it, as Wesley likes to say. And we're going to cut her down. Now,
it's hard to cut in this thing. Good luck.
I know that I wanted to do it on the cutting board.
While you're doing that, while you're cutting some of that, oh, that looks great, Chris. All right. You get it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, as he's doing that, I'm going to add a little gravy to the top of my potatoes that we have here. Nice creamy potatoes.
Yum.
Okay. Oh,
you can use your, we have a recipe for the best, the best mashed potatoes in the world. Oh my gosh.
Oh, this is very clumpy, but that's all right.
Oh, it's supposed to be clumpy. All right. I'm bringing you over.
Please.
Look at this. It's so juicy. Make sure I got it apart. Oh, wow. Gorgeous.
Thank you. Yes.
Here we come. Nicely.
Yep.
Depending on if you like it really kind of medium rare, then you can let it go for just like till it gets to 125, 130. We like it just kind of pink. And
wow. Oh yeah.
No, let me do the honors.
All right. I might actually.
I'm feeding the Loon.
I might help you a little bit along the way. There you go. Oh.
Yeah. That should do the trick.
Let me help you with that.
Oh, okay. You got to help each other.
Ooh.
Wow.
All right.
That is, don't eat it yet.
I'm not.
Top it with a little more parsley, because why not? Isn't that beautiful? I'm just so happy.
I'm waiting. I'm just like, yay.
I know.
I love how everything about it.
I know. Oh,
everything
these
about
potatoes.
Okay.
Oh, I love pot roast. Even just good old grandma's pot roast. Okay. But there's something about this Italian.
I gotta get all this goodness right up on it.
Yeah. Oh, the mushrooms.
Oh yeah.
Comfort station over here. What is it about it? It's just so...
I don't know. It's like you just want to curl up right in there.
I know.
Oh, y'all.
And what I love about it, I mean, like I said, you can make it where it's so fall apart tender, and that's delicious too, but I like that it's got a little bite to it, and it's just so perfect. It matches with those creamy mashed potatoes.
I gotta put a little mash
in that sauce.
I'm having a moment.
You don't mind if we just sit here and eat, do you? We have enough. Y'all come on over.
It's chilly outside. I got my sweater vest on. I got a pot roast in front of me. I could not be happier. And this is 10,000% Loon approved.
Oh, that's all wonderful news. Oh my God.
Chris, this is my new favorite type of pot roast.
I know.
There's like so many pot roasts. There's like the American pot roast. There's the English pot roast.
And then the Italian pot roast.
Yeah.
You guys, we love you. Make this pot roast. You'll be so happy.
Yes.
And then the next day for sandwiches.
I think meat is good luck for the rest of the year.
Well, we're going to be in really good luck. We love you guys so much. Bye, everybody.